This is Lord Thaddeus Gray. This one is definitely going to be an interesting one. It is a movie review, and it will bring into account what I'm probably going to start up next week. It's going to be something definitely kind of cryptid, but not quite the way you would think. Now, what is this movie I'm going to do a review about? It's called What Waits Below. It's a very original movie. I'll give you credit. I gotta give it credit where it's due. It came out in the 80s. If I remember right, it's about a military expedition or a man who's contracted with the military. You have a couple of scientists, a couple of different things like that, and they're supposed to bring some kind of equipment down. I think it's like some kind of sonar, some kind of experimental equipment down beneath the earth in this cave system, massive cave system, and they run across human beings, not monsters, not a couple of monsters, but nothing that really stands out. It's not really the premise of the movie. It's not about monsters, it's about people. They run into this aboriginal tribe of people that they're not savages, they're not feral, they're society. And they've evolved or adapted to living underground. They're pale, they have eyes, but they're blind. It's very interesting. They can see, at least it seems to be that they're blind. They can get around through echolocation, I think, and they have some very interesting ways of doing things. Like I said, these guys are almost aboriginal. Of course, this movie was classic 80s fare. It's corny. Don't expect any great acting out of it. But it was still a good movie. I'm not sure if it was made for TV or not. I can't really remember. But I do remember the title. It was called What Waits Below, I believe. And it should be out on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I just downloaded the movie from there. It's one of those rare gems that pretty much a person doesn't really enjoy until you look back on it. I remember watching it with my dad, parts of it as a kid, and I recently watched it all the way through, but I forgot a lot of it. But I do remember the premise is that these were aboriginal type human beings, not feral. Not feral. Very intelligent, civilized individuals. Very dangerous individuals, I'll tell you that were living in this cave system. And of course, needless to say, they pretty much handle, the intruders like anyone else would. Not very friendly. And they have actually good reason for that. Because the equipment that was basically being used by the military for their experiments or whatever, in technology or whatever project they're trying to do, it hurts them. They have real sensitive hearing and it hurts their senses. So needless to say, like I said, it's a real mess. And a lot of people die. But in the end, like I said, it's very interesting, to say the least. Like I told you, the costumes and all that, they're silly. They're silly. But again, I love the concept. And again, that really makes me think, what exactly does Hollywood and those who are in the elite positions of society, what do they know that we don't? That's all I'm trying to figure out. I'm just saying. There's something over that. Seriously, something up with that. As I said so many times in so many videos, there's always a fact behind the fantasy. But if you get a chance, check this movie out. It's definitely a good way to waste about an hour and a half of your time. Believe me, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Sean Graham has now hit 1,000 subscribers. How can I say this properly? Feel free to show him some love. Subscribe to his channel. Chasing the Truth, Sean Graham. Or Sean Graham Chasing the Truth. It's one of the two. And if you've had any stories that you would like to, or encounters or whatever, of the paranormal or cryptid, that you'd like to send his way, because you already know he has open lines and he's more than willing to hear anyone's story. Hit him up at SeanG at iamdarkwaters.com, or since I'm his producer, I can make sure that also you get the chance to tell your story on his show. It's Westvic at dogmancams.com. You guys already know the drill. Hit me up or hit him up. You guys be blessed and you be safe.